Oh my word. It is time to leave to go to the ocean. Because we're in Oregon. I've got a flower. That's not a flower, that's a feather. I don't know why I was laying down there. But we, this morning, are heading to the Oregon coast. Another place in Oregon I've never been. And also the Tillamook cheese factory. We love Tillamook cheese. Stopping for gas, and I think where we have found our home, driving through here from where we're camping. It's so perfect. It's farm, it's agriculture, it's wineries, it's forests, it's mountains, it's rivers, it's the ocean. It has everything. Small towns, big cities. What else do you want? What do you want? Me to stop filming? We made it to Tilamook, Oregon, and the Tillamook cheese factory. Danielle just told me, quiet. But you guys can't hear me. You're so far from Tillamook right now. I've got to scream to you. I've wanted to come here for a long, long time. Danielle came here when she was a wee little child without a leg brace. Wait, do your tongue again. People love your tongue.
You're such a creeper.
I'm pretty jazzed to do the tour. The main entrance, like the visitor center, is closed. They're rebuilding it and building what looks like a huge one. So instead they have a temporary visitor center of some sort. So we're gonna go here, get some cheese, get some ice cream, do the tour, and then go to the Oregon coast. Look how excited Z is. There it is, the Tillamook cheese factory. Actually, I think this is just the visitors center, and the actual factory is over here with a crane for the new and improved visitors center. Look how awesome that trailer is. That is cool. Cheese van. That's not a van, it's more of a bus. Later today, we're gonna eat some of this cow's milk. Wow, calves at this age are typically gaining 1.5 to 2 pounds per day. Almost as much as me. One cow produces an average of 6 to 10 gallons of milk a day. It's more in line with how much weight I gain per day. There's a cheese sample line. It's like a cheese convention. Thought it'd be so fun to have a farm until I saw this. 4 a.m.? That's like when I'm going to bed. I want all of this. Make almost 200 pounds of cheese a day. You can go shopping in the tour. This smoked cheddar is so delicious. What makes it the best time of year to come here is all the fall decorations. Expect at the Tillamook store is all this cool Bigfoot stuff. Tons of Bigfoot stuff. Bigfoot snow globes, Bigfoot hair. He does exist. Bigfoot sticker, Bigfoot cups, even an awesome old school Bigfoot lunchbox. This place is booming. It is busy. Parking lot's full. There's lines for things. Not bad, like it's good. Gives them energy and excitement. I've seen their ice cream at the store. I don't think we've ever bought their ice cream, but it is delicious. No freezer is complete without some Tillamook ice cream in there. Yeah, got some Tillamook ice cream in there. Came for coffee because... How's that shot? You like that? I'm holding the camera like a baby. For the most part, anytime we have anything sweet at all, we get coffee. And anytime we have coffee, we have to have something sweet. And we drink a lot of coffee and eat a lot of sweets. It's pretty much all we eat. No visit to the cheese factory would be complete without ice cream. It is so good. And a grilled cheese sandwich. What do we have? What do we have coming? Grilled cheese. And you came to the Tillamook cheese factory and ordered a hot dog.
Yep.
Where are we going after this?
To a lighthouse.
Yeah.
Do I have chocolate on my face?
I can't even see myself.
Yeah, you can eat what you
Well,
want.
this is just their temporary visitor center, but it is pretty awesome. The next one opens, the real one, the one they're working on, opens in summer of 2018, so we'll have to be sure to come back and check that out then. Okay, Z, tell me what you just said.
I said, Dad, your more of follow your dreams and mom's more of just get a job.
That should be a t-shirt.
It's a fact. It's like true though.
We made it to the ocean and the lighthouse, and I almost tripped on a reflector. Oh man, we're out on this point, like way out in the ocean, and it looks stunning. The parks here in Oregon are so well done and so well manicured and taken care of. Look at this little welcome center thing that they have. Look how nice. So nice. Orcas, my favorite animal. They earn their name because they can kill and eat almost any creature on sea or land. They can grow legs and they usually attack 9-year-old. Driving in here, we came through this beautiful forest. This beautiful forest, in fact, full of mossy, gorgeous trees. This is good copywriting here. Whoever wrote that. A way of life centered around a 1-ton lens. Probably a first order would be my guess. Would be 110. It is. It's a first order. A brilliant light of the first order. So the way lighthouse lenses work is I think they go from first order to like 7th order. 7 being the smallest lens, like the lens that goes around the old kerosene light. Yeah, the smaller ones are usually on lakes. But the big lighthouses, the ones that need to reach really far out into the ocean, are the first orders, and they are ginormous. And you'd light a little kerosene lamp inside of there, and the lamp, the light, the prism, the first order lens would slowly spin around using counterweights like a clock. And when those prisms would shine, I guess they weren't prisms, I don't know, what were they? When those little pieces of glass would go in front of that lamp, not the lamp, the candle, they would shine. You could see it for like miles, like 20 miles out into sea. But in places like this and along some of the places in the California coast, it'd be so foggy, when the light wouldn't work, they would use the foghorn. This is so different than a California coastal area. Some areas are kind of like this, but the trees here, it's like you're just in a forested, wooded area that you're used to, like up in the Sierra Nevadas. But it's here at the ocean, and it's beautiful. I love these old fences. I actually want to do a documentary one day about fences of California, because there's fences everywhere, and I always wonder, where'd this fence come from? Oh, those children are going crazy. Oh, pretty stunning views here. You would think those are penguins, but they're actually... What are those penguin-looking birds, Z?
Puffin.
Puffins, the magical birds. Like the magic dragon. Wow, it's so windy! It's so windy here! Wow! No wonder those trees look like they're falling over. Oh, look at that pirate cove. I think that Z... What? You were frolicking. Look at that gorgeous lighthouse. Of course, you can't look at anything else. This is what I'm pointing at. The lover's bench. It's where you take your honey for some smooching. Smooching! Smooch me! What a cool view. You can see so far out. What a perfect place to go whale watching. I don't know if you can see that in that rock, but there is like a cave, a hole in that rock. Better get my kayak out. I would never do that. That's terrifying. For my bachelor party, I went with my dad and a couple of friends out to Monterey, California, and we rented some kayaks. And I am terrified of being in the ocean. And so we took these kayaks out into the ocean, and we were in the bay, the Monterey Bay, and I was too afraid to turn the kayak around because the waves were coming. They're big waves. I was afraid it'd flip over. So I just kept going further and further out into the actual ocean before I finally somehow turned around. It was terrifying. So I decided from that moment on, no more ocean voyages in anything smaller than a cruise ship. So that hole, that awesome hole in the rock, is pretty much off limits to me. It's a pretty rare thing to find an original first order lens still in its original location. There's one in Point Reyes, California. I'm sure there's a few more. This one actually has it. I'm so curious as to what those red filters are in front, what they did exactly. Pretty awesome.
What are you
doing?
I'm playing a game
What is it?
where it twists and you have to look before it goes to 0 like that. And we saw a well and it got to 0 before you guys got to look.
I see. Why do hills have to be so steep? Oh, octopus tree, where are you? So much climbing. Ooh, there it is. This is awesome. It's so much bigger than it looks on camera. Just believe me, it is huge. I would guesstimate, which I'm really bad at, that this arm to that arm has got to be 50 or 60 feet. It's big. It's awesome. It looks like an octopus just kind of flipped over, like if those were its tentacles and that was its head underground. It's the drunken octopus. I guess octopuses, octopi swim upside down a lot in the ocean. It's really, in the ocean, there is really no right side up, upside down. The ocean's a loopy-doopy place. That tree is so cool. And you can see that actually some of the limbs have been cut, so there are even more of these. Wonder what in the world caused it to do that. Now we've got some info. So this is a Sitka spruce. I don't really know what caused it to look like this, whether it's natural events or possibly the old native people. So it is 46 feet in circumference, has no central trunk, just these limbs that stick out. The base is 16 feet before it starts to spread out. And it's 105 feet tall, like 250 to 300 feet old. That's not how you measure oldness. 250 to 300 years old. That's how you say that. Look at how cool this thing is. Wow. It is pretty awesome. It's only 0.1 miles to get up here from the parking lot, so if you ever come out this way, it's definitely worth a little trek to see this very weird tree. It's kind of like a Halloween tree because it's sort of spooky. Like if you came up here in the middle, then what in the world was that? Z is equally as spooky.
I would have a sheet open here with the big eyeballs, like I'm in a ghost costume. Then I would do.
So Z's Halloween costume idea is to be a werewolf, wear a werewolf costume, but a werewolf who's wearing a human costume, but that human is in a ghost costume, and then he's gonna fall over a root.
Yes, I'm a werewolf.
You don't need a costume then.
No, look.
Never mind. We did not have his costume right. So Z apparently started as he was going to be a prince, and they said, no, a werewolf dressed as a human. No, not dressed as a human. So he's a werewolf dressed as a ghost, so that people would think he's a human dressed as a ghost.
Let me explain
I already get it. And then he would trip over a root, and people
I would do the scare thing.
I know, but first people would come over and say like, "Oh, are you okay?" And then he'd rip over the sheet and be like, "I'm a werewolf," and then attack them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm confused. I have no idea what he wants to be for Halloween. But what I do know is that we're off to somewhere else. I don't know where. We're thinking about going to the beach because the kids need to get energy out. Although that was a pretty long climb, so they may have gotten their energy out. Danielle's leg is pretty sore and everything, so we may just head back to camp. And who knows? Who knows? That's what's crazy about the future, is that nobody knows what's gonna happen. So why plan anything? I don't know, that doesn't make sense. You should plan things.
What are you talking about?
Sometimes people say things like, "Oh, you're so lucky you get to travel around and do this," and we are. We're very appreciative of this opportunity, this chance to do this, but it's not all wonderful. Like, here's what I get to do: work from a laundromat while Danielle learns them kids. Erica's down there doing school, but I do have the greatest wife in the world because she just reminded me that today Apple announces new things like a new phone, which I need. I gotta order one. But first, I gotta keep working and waiting for the laundry and wait for the laundry. Wanna wait with me? This could be the worst YouTube video you've ever seen. It's called Waiting for Laundry in Real Time. Actually, we're done with those. We're actually drying the clothes now over there, but this is every bit as boring as actually seeing clothes dry. So we'll just watch.